Hey there, basketball fans! Welcome to Hoop Arena, where we break down the biggest stories in the game. And today, we're talking about something so ridiculous, so unreal, that even the biggest Caitlin Clark haters have no choice but to shut up and watch. Remember when the experts swore up and down that Caitlin Clark was just a college moment, that once she left Iowa, her hype would vanish, that she'd be just another rookie in the pros? Well, those same experts are nowhere to be found now, and here's why. $4,400 for a single ticket. Not for the NBA Finals, not for a WNBA championship game. For a preseason game, a game that doesn't even count in the standings. While some WNBA teams play an arena smaller than your local high school gym, Clark just sold out 15,000 seats in less time than it takes to heat up a hot pocket. 36 minutes, that's all it took. Most Netflix episodes are longer than that. This isn't normal, man. One player who hasn't even stepped on a pro court yet is single-handedly rewriting the business of women's basketball. The resale market is out of control. The league is scrambling for bigger arenas, and all those people who said Clark's popularity was just a bubble, yeah, they suddenly got real quiet. So let's break down what's happening, why it matters, and how it's about to flip the entire WNBA economy upside down. Because lover or hater, Caitlin Clark's doing something that's never been done before. Let's get into the receipts, because this isn't hype, it's reality. On a random Thursday morning at 9 a.m., tickets opened for a preseason exhibition between the Indiana Fever and the Brazilian national team at Carver Hawkeye Arena, Clark's old college stomping ground. By 9:36 a.m., just 36 minutes later, every single seat was gone. 15,000 tickets vaporized. But here's the kicker. Regular fans never even had a chance to buy them, not one. The entire arena was cleared out during the pre-sale period. The only people who got access? iClub level donors, elite Kinnick Society members, and Iowa women's basketball season ticket holders. You know, the basketball equivalent of VIPs. This is not how preseason games work. These are the games where teams experiment, coaches test rotations, and fans barely show up. The sit wherever you want type of games. But Caitlin Clark just broke the system. 15,000 people fought for these tickets like it was a front row seat to a Taylor Swift concert. And let's not forget that this isn't even a regular WNBA game. This is a practice run against a team from another country. This isn't just hype, this is a seismic shift. This is a kind of demand that forces entire leagues to rethink everything. The WNBA is no longer playing in the kiddie pool. Caitlin Clark just blew the doors off the whole building. Let's talk about the chosen few who actually managed to snag these golden tickets. Did they just want to witness history in the making? Well, maybe some, but let's keep it real. A whole lot of them saw dollar signs. The second those tickets sold out, the resale market went straight into orbit. And the prices? Pure insanity. The cheapest ticket is literally the worst seat in the house, where players look like tiny dots on a court. $557. Yep. That's not a typo. $557 for a seat so high up you'd need binoculars. But courtside, if you wanted to sit where you might actually see Clark blink, that'll be $4,400. Let's put that into perspective. That's more than an NBA playoff ticket. A month's rent in most American cities, a decent used car, or a whole family vacation, all for a preseason game, a warm-up, a glorified scrimmage. When has women's basketball ever seen ticket prices like this? Not for Diana Taurasi, not for Sue Bird, not for Candace Parker, not even when the US Olympic team was packed with Hall of Famers. This isn't just high demand, this is an economic event that has never happened before in the WNBA. And let's not forget, this is all happening before Caitlin Clark has scored a single professional point, before she's drained one of those disrespectful logo threes in a WNBA uniform, before she's had time to even learn all her teammates' names. The market has spoken loud and clear. Caitlin Clark isn't just a basketball player, she's a one-woman economy. To really grasp how insane all of this is, let's talk about the real state of WNBA attendance and ticket prices. Let's be brutally honest, the WNBA is loaded with talent. These women can hoop. But the harsh truth? Most teams can barely fill their arenas. Take the Washington Mystics. Their arena holds just 4,200 fans, smaller than some high school gyms. And despite claiming they sold out every home game last season, they still ranked third to last in league attendance. Let that marinate. One of the smallest venues in sports teams, and they are still at the bottom of the attendance chart. It's the same story for the Atlanta Dream. Their arena, 3,800 seats. When they proudly announce a sellout, they're talking about a crowd that Clark just tripled in 36 minutes. And let's talk ticket prices. Before Clark, you could get decent WNBA seats for $20 to $30, maybe $75 to $100 if it was a big game. But now, $557 just to be in the building. Here's the uncomfortable reality. No other player is causing this kind of financial earthquake. Not A'ja Wilson, despite being the best player in the league. Not Angel Reese, despite her massive social media following. These are superstars, but they're not moving the economic needle like Clark is. This isn't just about basketball skills, it's star power, it's cultural impact, it's the ability to make people throw money like they're at a Drake concert. The WNBA has never seen anything like this, and honestly, they might never see it again. You know what they say, actions speak louder than words, and right now, WNBA team owners are screaming at the top of their lungs, even if they won't admit it publicly. Remember those teams playing in glorified high school gyms? Suddenly, they're realizing their venues won't cut it anymore, at least not when Caitlin Clark is in town. Look at the Washington Mystics. Their owner tried to downplay Clark's impact earlier this year, saying she shouldn't have been on the Time magazine cover alone and that the whole WNBA deserved the spotlight. Basically, the same tired narrative of she's just another player. But behind the scenes, reality hit differently. Because guess what? The Mystics just announced that they're moving their May 28th and September 7th games against Indiana from their tiny 4,200 seat entertainment and sports arena to Baltimore's CFG Bank Arena, which holds 14,000 fans. That's more than triple their usual capacity, and we all know why. And the best part? They're staying completely silent about it. No press conference, no statement admitting that maybe, just maybe, they were dead wrong about Clark's impact. Just a quiet venue change while they count up millions in extra revenue. The Mystics had two choices: stick to their Clark isn't special storyline or cash in on the biggest box office draw in women's basketball history. They chose the money, and it's not just them. Teams across the WNBA are scrambling to book bigger venues whenever Indiana comes to town. This is a league-wide admission that Clark is doing exactly what her supporters said she would, transforming the business of women's basketball overnight. So what happens next? Because if this is what Clark is pulling for a preseason game, what happens when she drops her first 30-piece in the WNBA, hits a game-winning logo 3 on national TV, the playoffs roll around, she starts cooking defenders and building real chemistry with her teammates, she faces off against Angel Reese in the WNBA's next great rivalry. We're headed somewhere women's basketball has never been before. Could we see WNBA games move to full-sized NBA arenas with 18,000 plus fans? Easily. Could we see showcase games in football stadiums with a 50,000 plus capacity? Sounds crazy until you check the numbers. The women's NCAA championship game between Iowa and South Carolina, 18.7 million viewers, more than any NBA game last season. Clark's final college game nearly broke the internet. Her first WNBA workout video hit 1 million views in hours. The demand for anything Clark related is going up. This isn't just about one player's popularity, it's about shattering the old limits on what women's sports can be as a business. We're way past the point of happening right in front of them. The revolution in women's basketball isn't coming, it's already here. And the name on the marquee, you already know. Is it just a temporary spike in interest, or are we witnessing a permanent shift in women's sports? Should the WNBA start booking bigger venues for all their games? And the big one, will Clark actually live up to the hype when she's going head-to-head with the best defenders in the world? Drop your takes in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button, and remember, we're watching history happen whether the old guard admits it or not. And speaking of history, instant rage just hit Caitlin Clark's biggest bullies after Lexi Brown stepped in to defend her. And trust me, this one's about to get messy. Click here to watch instant rage hit Caitlin Clark bullies after Lexi Brown defends her.